Well, this video is for an answer to Mr. Pestleman 1951 about his video on scrapers and paleo tools and stuff. I don't have a whole lot here from Ohio. I guess I may have found some others, but I surely don't know if they were or not. But this is what I believe is paleo. For sure, I've got this knife here. Big overshot flake on that side. Nice work on that side there. Made out of Coshocton lightning strike flint. You might be able to see that white stripe going through there. Back side of it, just one big flake except for all the edges. Then I've got this one here that if I can get the flaking on it, it's just one big hunk of a tool, and I'm not sure if it's just worked on this hunk or if it's broken. But there's a little cortex on that end, and looks like a broken spot on that end. The only place that there's any work is along that edge, and on the back side it's just as flat as can be. I don't know if this is picking up the flaking on that real good or not, but I'm trying. These items right here, I assure you, are scrapers, but whether they're paleo or not, I'm not sure about that. One of these come from the same location as the one paleo knife I just showed you, but I don't know what it's made out of. It's pretty transparent, but maybe Carter Cave, but it's just got some flaking on each edge, or you swear it looks like flaking. Then it's got the flaking on that end there. Out of the same creek, I found something else, and it's made the same way. Some edge wear on the sides and just a little bit of flaking on that end. Big old uniface on the back side. And as you can tell, these things aren't very big. They're this one here is probably 1.5 1 3/4 inches. But that's about the general size of a lot of scrapers we found around this area. This one here is worked a little bit differently, but it's got some flaking and edge use on the front, on the business end. Just set on one big old flake. Another small thing. Then I got another small one. I won't waste too much time with this. It's kind of hard to see the flaking on that edge right there, but there is some there. A little bit on that edge there. Then some of the scrapers that we find around here come uniface, but turtle backed. Just got a great big old hump on it. I believe these are archaic or newer, if I'm not mistaken. Then I got this big old honker here. You can see probably that there's, kind of hard to see, but there's pretty much polish on this thing. Big old uniface glob on the bottom there. Just kind of drops over, almost looks like a block that comes from over there from Teddy and Jenny. This one here I'm not too sure about, I believe, but I'm not 100%. I'm thinking this may be archaic, but the back side has just got big overshot flakes on it. none, if very little work on the back side of it. The only place that's got any work is along the very edges. But you can sure let me know on that one, I'll guarantee you. And then I just had to bring this one out because I seen Pestlemans, and the one that come out of the ice that he dug so dearly for. I picked this up out of a creek, and it's been a lot of years ago, but I'm not sure, but I don't think this is Paleo either. I mean, it certainly don't look like it. But the thing that reminded me so much of this one was this big old hump on that thing. And I tell you what, it almost, if it was the same color, they passed for brothers. I reckon they hit a hard spot there and couldn't get her out, or just didn't care. And then creek about 2 miles from there, I picked up this one here. And the crazy thing about this, I was hoping somebody could tell me something about this one, because the crazy thing about it is well, I know it's a blade. I don't need you to tell me that much. But it's flake, bifacial, both sides, and it's got some pretty rough edge work on it. I know it's got a couple breaks in it. But get up around this side here, and I've seen a lot of points with just left-hand bevels, except for Benton's, which have bevels on all 4 edges. But this crazy thing here, there's no bevel on this side here, but there's a bevel here, and it's pretty good, pretty hard bevel. And then you flip it over, and there's a bevel on this edge right here. Now I know this ain't a Benton because it's way out of context, and of course I don't believe it's a Benton blade. I was thinking it was just an archaic blade. But now that I mentioned Bentons, I wanna grab something here, and if I can move a couple of these things here to get to it, because Pestleman was talking about him having what he thought was a small Benton. Well, I've only got 1 or 2. One's pretty busted. Oh man, my glass come off. I guess I gotta do some work to this thing now. Now if I can get this out without cutting my daggone thumb off. There we go. I want you to check this Benton here out. It's not very big. Get it over here where it might be a little bit better light. It's about 2.5, 2 3/4 inches. I'd say 2 3/4. But beveled on all 4 edges. But I always loved this point. Not only because it was whole, but it was just so unique. But I just wanted to share those with you. Maybe get a couple of opinions from a couple other people. And here's a broken dove. I mean, this thing was broken in 5 different places, and I glued it back together and made a tip for it about a 1/2 inch long. Guy gave it to me, said that his wife or girlfriend, something like that, got mad at him, picked it up off his desk where he had it sitting, and proceeded to throw it against the wall. But well, I might as well grab one more thing since I see it laying here. This thing here I picked up a while back, since I'm getting all these opinions from everybody. I picked this thing up a while back and I don't know what it is. I've showed it to several people. As you can see, it's got a row of dots around here. And it looks like possibly a row of smaller dots below that. Now this thing's broke pretty bad. But it's curved. The inside of it is really burnt. And I'm not sure if that's a piece of steatite. If it could have possibly been a steatite pipe. Or what it is. But I just thought it was crazy looking, and maybe somebody else has seen one of these in the past. Alright. Well, thank you all for looking, and this is actually the first video like this I put up. So, I hope everything goes well for everybody. I appreciate all your views and comments. And if I miss replying back to anybody's comments, I'm sorry, but it's a little hard sometimes trying to get caught up on this stuff and doing everything else that I got to do. But y'all have a good one, and hopefully I'll be seeing a lot of you soon. Alright, bye now.